Hi y'all, my name is Rebecca and welcome to my channel. I have a really cute pride craft that I'm going to show you today and I am so excited about it. So let's just get right on into crafting. Last season at the Dollar Tree, I picked up this piece of wall decor. It was on the clearance rack for 50 cents. So I took that away, and then when I was at Walmart shopping, I found this smaller tag that I thought was really cute. It's put out by Plaid Crafts, and I thought that the two together would make a very cute, unique door tag wall decor piece. When I had taken my product tags off, I used my apple barrel acrylic paint in white, and I just started painting the entire back side of this decor piece that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I painted that solid white. It's really cute on the other side, but it's just not what I was going for. I believe it came out of the coastal section, but you know, I can't resist a bargain, and for 50 cents for a nice piece of wood, I just wasn't going to say no to that. I did put 2 coats of the white apple barrel paint on this, and then I moved on to the other tag that I had picked up from Walmart. I'm only going to paint, it's kind of got a little ridged section, and I'm only going to paint the top portion of that in the white paint. Then I'm going to take the black acrylic paint from Apple Barrel and a very fine brush, and I'm just going to go all along the edges to kind of give it a little bit of depth and dimension. And since I'm going to put a lot of colors on this, I wanted something that would contrast but still make the other colors that I'm going to add pop off my sign. That is why I'm sticking to the black and the white, the neutrals, so that everything just kind of looks cohesive and put together. I've also noticed when I was roaming around different websites and everything that a lot of the pride decor has a tendency to look a little cheesy and does not have a high-end quality about it. And I wanted to make a piece that if you replicated this, it would be something that you would be proud to hang in your home. It would look very high-end and beautiful. I had some beads from another project tucked away in my stash, and so I placed them on skewers, and with a small paintbrush and all of the rainbow colors, I just took the small paintbrush and started painting each one of my beads in the beautiful rainbow colors. My beads were a little bit larger than my skewer, but I did just kind of balance it at the end with my thumbnail and got all of them painted. I've seen other ways of doing it, but it's just really difficult to paint a bead. I found these pride napkins at Dollar Tree, and I was so excited to find them. They were the luncheon size, and they came in a pack of 18. I wanted to craft with these, and I love to collect napkins and different things. So I laid it out on top of the white portion that I had painted on my smaller tag and kind of figured out exactly where I wanted all of the letters to go. And then I took a felt tip pen, because if you use a ballpoint pen, you're going to poke through the delicate napkin portion. So I took a felt tip pen and I outlined the tag portion of the sign. I also went around all of the edges. That way when I cut it along the line, on the inside of the line, it would be the correct size. And I also went ahead and traced up at the top, which, you know, if you have really good judgment on your crafting, then that wouldn't be necessary. But I felt like when I was cutting that I wanted to know exactly where I wanted my piece to lay. I'm going to take some Mod Podge in the matte finish with a small brush and go over the white portion of the sign. After I had a thin layer of Mod Podge, I went ahead, these are 2-ply napkins, and I went ahead and took the second layer off the back, and I just gently placed it where I wanted it to go, kind of dabbed it with my fingers a little bit, and then I put another layer of Mod Podge over the top of my napkin, making sure I sealed all the edges. And then I even went up with the Mod Podge to the very top so that it would not have a line of distinction between the napkin and the tag. I found this pack of 3 pride flags at Dollar Tree. Adorable and so wrinkled, but I took my scissors and I just started trimming between each of the colors and made sure that I was very careful at slowly cutting each one of these beautiful rainbow colors apart. Due to how they were packaged, it was a little bit of a challenge because they were really wrinkled, and they are a nylon material. I only left my little crafting iron to heat up for maybe 5 minutes, not to full heat, and I just knocked a few of those wrinkles out so that I could work with them and them not be completely wrinkled, but I did like some of the wrinkles in there. And then I just cut them in half and started stacking them in the different rainbow colors sequence and made sure that I had 2 stacks so that I could make a messy bow. I took some Crafter's square twine and laid it out on the desktop, and then I put the 2 bundles together over the top of my twine and turned them upside down. I made sure that my twine was in between all of the colors, and it is a nylon fabric like I said before, so they did get a little bit slippery. And then I took my 2 pieces of twine. Once I made sure that I had all of my little pieces inside 2 ends of twine, and then I made a very tight knot. I had envisioned a messy bow for this project. That is why a lot of the wrinkles that were in the flag did not bother me. I just wanted to knock a few of them off, but I wanted a messy bow. What was it that Bob Ross used to call that? A happy accident? That was my happy accident. It kind of added a little bit of texture and a little bit of character to my bow. Once I figured out where I wanted to place my bow on my project, I took a little dab of hot glue on the back, and then I just placed it on my sign. I held it just a few minutes until I made sure that the glue had dried, kind of fluffed it up a little bit, and I took the other tag, the top tag, and I put some hot glue on that, and I made sure that I left a little bit, like I didn't line up the 2 holes, but I did leave a little bit so that it would look like it was hanging. I took some twine and ran it through the 2 holes together, and I did double loop it, so I've got 2 pieces of twine through the 1 hole. That way when it was hanging it would have some stability, and then I very tightly knotted it at the top. I made sure that I left myself a very good length of twine at the end so that I could have enough room to string my beads together onto that piece. I got about 3 beads in and my twine started fraying on me, so if that ever happens to you, just put a little hot glue, a little dab on the end, and kind of wait till it cools a little bit, roll it in your fingers, and then you'll be able to string your beads with no problem at all. Once I had all of my beads strung onto my piece of twine, I knotted it twice at the end so that my beads would not slip off, and then just cut the end off. I left a very good length on the other piece when I cut it, and then I started making the hanger. And very simply, I put a little dab of hot glue on the end of the twine so that it wouldn't ravel on me. I tucked it underneath the portion that I had already tied the two tags together with, and I left enough where I thought it would be a good hanging length, and I double knotted that. In one of my passes underneath the section that I had already tied off, I went ahead and kind of stabilized that wood bead section so that it wouldn't flop around and it wouldn't get into the way of my wording. So I wanted that to be a little bit stable too, and I accomplished all that by just tying it very securely. I guess what I'm saying is I wanted it to hang carefully casual. I took my scissors and I trimmed off the ends. Also at the Dollar Tree, in the Pride section, I found this so cute headband. And the letters just pop off. There's a little nubby plastic piece, and they just easily come right off this headband. I took my wire cutters, and there was just a little bit of a kind of a ridge on each one of the letters where it went onto the headband, and I just trimmed that off with my wire cutters and just started arranging my letters onto my larger tag. When you see something in the store, never be afraid to use your imagination and come up with a different creative way of maybe using that item. And especially if you're shopping at some place like the Dollar Tree or a clearance rack, then you're not going to be out a ton of money if your idea doesn't work. But chances are it will be fabulous. I just know. I used my hot glue and very carefully put a little bit on the back side of each one of these plastic letters and put them where I wanted them to be before my glue dried, and then I held it down and made sure it was really good and set before I went on to the next letter. Once I had all my letters glued down, my sign was finished, and I even shocked myself at how cute this project came out. I am so proud of it, and I hope that my granddaughter loves it. It is so beautiful. It's not cheesy at all. It's something that anyone would be proud to have in their home, and I am extremely pleased at how this project turned out. It's gorgeous. I'm just going to speak from my heart here for a minute. There is so much divisiveness in this world, and there is so much anger, and it feels like no one seems to think that they can get their point across without shouting. I have actually unfollowed people on Instagram, because not that I disagreed with the message, I disagreed with the tone and how they were relaying facts. It was very off-putting, it was very aggressive, and I feel like everybody can have a difference of opinion, but yet speak kindly and softly with Christian love. And that is my stance on that. A person has never been led to Jesus by shouting angrily, using epithets and things that are very unkind. And as Christians, our fruit of the Spirit is love. And you don't have to be accepting of something to love that person. You are going to garner more respect if you, my puppies even agree with me, love them unconditionally and show them the love of Christ. If you're celebrating Pride, I hope that your Pride is happy and it is safe. I hope that you do not encounter the unkindness that is out in the world, because there's a lot of it. I don't like it on this channel. I don't like it in my life. I try to distance myself from people who are unrelentingly mean. That being said, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell so that you know when I've uploaded my next video, and give me a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching Crafts, Laughs, and Chaos.